Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting daily vlog. Um, that hasn't been daily in a while, but yeah, it doesn't feel right to call it random vlogging because, as much as it is just random and me talking to a camera, random vlogging normally involves a little bit more prep work than this. This is just I am awake at 7 o'clock in the morning. I have not slept since midnight because my sleep schedule is all screwed up now. So, yes, I wanted to say a few things. Um, First thing I wanted to talk about, and I know you guys are probably getting sick of this, and to sound like a complete jackass, I don't actually care. Um, Simply because I use a lot of these vlogs to just kind of vent and talk about things that are upsetting me. A lot of times I vent about the same things, or I will describe things that I've already described before, and it's simply because verbalizing it helps me to deal with it. So today I want to talk about how miserable I have been over the past probably about 24 hours ish. Um, and it has everything to do with the fact that I had a massive panic attack that lasted for like a full like 24 to like 36 hours, where anytime I was conscious I was in like fight or flight mode. I could feel adrenaline in my veins, like it was not fun. And I was breathing heavy, and I was not having fun. And at the tail end of it, I made I did a tweet thing where I basically said, I've been doing the Pentec for so long, and now I'm in a fairly intense pain. I got to the point where I felt like not only did I feel like I'd like run a marathon or something, which I don't know why I describe it that way because I've never actually run a marathon. I'm lucky if I was lucky in gym class if I could make it through the mile. Um, but just this intense exhaustion that like I'd been through this insane ordeal, and then I'd done it again and again and again to the point where my muscles were physically sore. Like my neck hurt, my shoulders hurt. Like normally when I start getting muscle pains, they're normally right in here because I use these muscles a lot for some odd reason. Uh, and for whatever, and my legs, because even though I'm not in the greatest shape in the world, I actually work on keeping my legs as strong as I can because they're very useful. So yeah, after like 36 hours straight of this panic attack, I was miserable. I hurt, um, and it was just not fun whatsoever. And then a couple of you guys were very, very nice to me and said nice things to me on the internet, and I started feeling a little bit better. Um, but yeah, for like the past, I don't know, week ish, uh, I've been in like a heightened sense of stress, not like full blown panic attack the entire time, but I've been in like a heightened state of stress for like a week now, and it's really, really draining and is not making me feel good whatsoever. So yeah, it's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing daily vlogs and stuff like that for a while. Is first of all, I'm super busy with everything else that's going on, and I'm absolutely miserable right now. And this has been the first time, like if you guys couldn't notice, I just got out of man. My hair looks so weird right now. Like, it just doesn't look right at all. Hair, do something that looks normal. I just got out of the shower like 15 minutes ago, and I'm actually feeling okay. I'm still not feeling great. So yes, I just wanted to describe how much fun it is to live with an anxiety disorder that I have no medication for. Medication is that? I can't even think of the right word. Medication, I think, is the word I'm trying to say. I'm not sure if I said it already. Yes, no drugs, because they do more bad things to me than good things, which is ironic. So yes, I had something else I wanted to talk about, and I have absolutely no idea what it was, but it was a really cool idea. Oh, I want to talk about food. I want to talk about food. Um, I mentioned it before. I cook for my family 5 nights a week. And we are I'm a big guy, uh, and my entire family is big, and we tend to eat a fair amount. Like I cook for a total of 4 people, including myself, and I cook fairly big meals because we eat a fairly large amount of it. So um, recently, I've been experimenting with new recipes and stuff like that because I'm trying to cook as healthy as I can. Because again, I'm trying to lose weight. Most people in my family have a weight goal right now, with varying rates of success. Um, so we're all trying to lose weight. We're all trying to eat healthier and things like that. And so I'm constantly trying to find new ways to cook healthy food and uh, fresh food. Like I try and cook as much fresh food as I can because, again, it's a lot healthier and it tastes a lot better. Um, I'm starting to run out of ideas a little bit. And so, for those of you that have actually listened to this entire little crazy rant of mine, um, I would like your input. Um, Currently, in the area of the United States that I live in, I live in Wisconsin, which is the Midwest. I'm up by Canada, actually. Um, I'm not personally up by Canada, but Wisconsin itself is up by Canada. I live a little bit further south because the people that live that far north are crazy because they get like 20 or 30 feet of snow randomly. So, um, anyway, I in this part of the country, uh, beef in general is ungodly expensive. So we rarely, if ever, have beef anymore, just because it's too expensive for what we can get. Like we can get it's almost gotten to the point where we can go out to a fancy restaurant and pay less for them to cook the steak for us along with all the fixings than it does for us to buy the steak ourselves and cook it ourselves. Almost. Not quite there, but it's really super expensive right now. So we generally, we always have protein in the meal somehow because we're, again, big family. We like protein. Um, so we mainly eat chicken and pork because they're cheaper and they're good source of protein in general. They tend to be fairly healthy if you cook them correctly. Um, so I'm trying to find new ways to cook. Like tonight, I'm going to be making chicken enchiladas, which isn't the healthiest thing in the world, I will admit, but it's very different from what I generally cook. And so it's a nice kind of change of pace. The other thing that I'm probably going to start cooking like once a month ish is what's it called? Chicken pot pie. My dad used to make homemade chicken pot pie uh, uh, on a fairly regular basis, not like once a month, but fairly regularly, and it's the best thing in the world. And so I started making my own. I make the crust from scratch. I cook everything from scratch in general. Um, I think I use like soup for the base after putting all the veggies and chicken and everything together. I use soup to create a sauce just because it's quicker and simpler than actually coming up with my, building a roux and coming up with my own sauce. So anyway, I digress. So those are the two special things. And then everything else I do is I just season the chicken because we eat a lot of chicken breast because, again, it's cheap and healthy. And then leg quarters, again, because they're cheap and healthy. Generally tend to grill them all the time because grilling is super easy and again, very healthy. And there's only so many things you can do with varying seasonings and then grilling things. So, my question to all of you, lovely, amazing, wonderful people, is do you know um, different recipes for pork or chicken that I could use to give my family just a little bit more variety? Like I said, with chicken, it's a lot of grilling. Um, uh, we barbecue it on a fairly regular basis. I don't fry chicken very often because it's a lot more unhealthy. But every so often we'll do that too. And I make this chicken enchiladas and pot pie Very rarely, because they are a lot of work. So any new recipes for chicken or pork? Like we get pork roasts all the time. Like we get pork loin roasts that I season, I roast, and then I serve with like mashed potatoes and gravy, homemade. Um, or we'll crock pot cook something and turn it into like pulled pork sandwiches and stuff like that. And that's really the limit. Oh, and pork chops that I just grill. Again, lots of grilling. Um, so beyond that, I really don't have that many things. And I've been looking into recipes and stuff like that, and there's just so many out there uh, that none of them have really just kind of stood out to me and said, hey, this looks really cool. Maybe you should try that. So I'm asking you guys, do you have favorite ways that you prepare pork or chicken? Um, leave it in the comments below. Feel free to, tweet me recipe links and stuff like that. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I'm at Trainer Jody. But I'm looking for more varieties and more unique ways to cook chicken and pork. So yeah, that's all for me today. I'm exhausted and I'm probably not going to be able to sleep for another few hours minimum because my body doesn't like me. So yeah, anyway, that's all for me, and I will see you guys the next time I make something because I have no idea when that's going to be right now. My life is chaotic. All right, bye bye.